Friends, my name is Vicky. So here I am with the new AWS video. Now before I go to the demo, if you are here for the first time, then do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you will get notified of the new video. Today we are going to discuss about the transfer family, and we also going to do the demo in the last. Now what exactly the transfer family is now, and what exactly the need or the requirement we have for the transfer family. Let's think of a scenario, and the scenario is something where you have a local machine or your on premises machine from where you need to transfer some file into the S3 bucket or to the EFS. How you can do that? You have couple of ways already to do that, like you can use the AWS CLI command, or it might be a possibility that you can use some API in between and transfer your file. When you are going to transfer your file with the help of the AWS CLI commands, that is not a secure way. Here comes the transfer family. Now what exactly the transfer family? Transfer family is going to help me in order to transfer my file from my local machine or from my own premises to the S3 bucket or to the EFS, whatever we want to choose. Now transfer family is going to use the SFTP or the FTPS or the FTP service. So most commonly we are going to use the SFTP in this. Before I jump into the demo, let's talk about the prerequisite for this thing, for transfer family. When we need to work with the transfer family, the first thing we require a role. So why a role? Because here we need to communicate two services together, so we need a role in between. So that is something we need to create first before creating the AWS transfer family. The second thing, we require a key pair. Now why exactly we require a key pair? Because once we are going to create a transfer family, then we also need to create couple of users. These users I'm going to use, or I'm going to configure on my local machine so that I can transfer the files from my local machine to the S3 bucket. I also require a S3 bucket, and when I require a S3 bucket, I also need a policy. If I'm going with the SFTP, then I need a tool or tool in between, that is going to be WinSCP or FileZilla. There are a number of tools in the market. You can use any of the tool in order to transfer your file, or you can also use the SFTP command to transfer your files in between. Let's quickly jump into the demo and see how exactly we are going to create a transfer family and how we can work with the transfer family. So here I am in my AWS console. Now in the search bar I'm going to type transfer family and I'm going to land on this page. Now this is the transfer family where it says AWS transfer family fully managed SFTP, FTP and FTP service. I click on the create server. Once I'm going to click on the create server, it will ask me to choose a protocol. Couple of options, I can either go with SFTP or with FTPS or FTP. If I need to go with the FTPS, that is file transfer protocol secure, so here I need a certificate. So let me click on that. See, it is asking for me to give the certificate details here. If I go with the FTP, I don't have to provide the certificate. In this demo, we are going to concentrate on the SFTP, the first one, where I don't have to provide any certificate, so we can actually save our certificate cost here. Now let me go next. Here I have the identity provider, so that is the user. Here I have three options. One is the custom identity provider, second one is AWS directory service, and the third one is service manage. I will go with the service manage. Now in the layman term, if I'm going to explain service manage, it's something where I'm going to create my user, where I'm going to attach a key pair to my user, or I'm going to manage my user. Now the next thing, we have the endpoint configuration where I can choose the VPC. Let's suppose I need to create this SFTP inside my private VPC, inside my VPC. So here I need to select the VPC and I need to select the subnet. But for this demo, we are going to select the public accessibility. So the endpoint which I will get, that is something I can access it over the internet. The next one, we have the custom host name. We can also go with a custom hostname, but here we need a Route 53. If you have a Route 53 DNS alias, you can use it here. I don't have anything right now, so I'm not going to use this thing. I'm going to leave this option as it is, and I will go to next. I need to choose a domain. Now domain could be Amazon EFS or S3. I'm going to choose the S3 for this demo. Here it says CloudWatch role. AWS is going to create a role for me. I don't have to do anything. Either I can go with the existing role as well. If I have any of the existing role, I can select that role. Security policy, there we have two security policies, so the I'm going with the default policy. Here we have the RSA private key. I'm not going to touch this option right now. Once we are going to create this transfer family, then we have the option to create a user. There we are going to discuss regarding this option. I can give the tags, manage workflow. Manage workflow is a kind of rule. Let's suppose I'm uploading something to my S3 bucket, and while uploading I need to do some kind of action, like I need to assign some tagging to it, I need to assign the KMS key to it. So that is something I can define it here. Create server. Now creating a server will take some time, so let me pause my video, and it is in the process of starting, and here we have no user right now. To add a user, so how we can add a user? We need to click on the server ID and we need to click here add user. Now let me give a name, demo user. Now here we need to choose a role. Now this is something we need to create first. So let me go to the IAM and create a role here. Let me go to the IAM. Here we have the IAM console. We need to create a role. What role I need to create? I need to create a role for SFTP. That means the transfer family. Let me click on the role and let me click here. From here I'm going to select the AWS service. I'm going to scroll down, and in the use case I'm going to search for the transfer. Now here it is. Let me select this thing. Let me go to the next. Here we need to choose a policy. As of now we don't have any policy, so first we need to create a policy as well. What this policy is going to give access to the S3 bucket. Let me log into the S3 first, and let me grab the name of my S3 bucket. So S3. Here I am going to use this S3 bucket. Let me copy the name. I already have the policy with me, so I'm just going to update my policy. I'm going to update the policy with the bucket name here. Just going to replace the bucket name here as well. I'm going to replace. Let me copy this thing. Go to the IAM. Let me click on create policy. Here I will go to the JSON, remove this thing, enter the policy. So if you look at this policy is going to provide list bucket access to this bucket, and also get, put, delete, get object for this bucket only. Now let me give a name, transfer policy. Let me create a policy. Okay, the policy already exists. Let me give a name, transfer policy role. Okay, my policy is created. Let me go to the role one more time. Let me click on create role. From here I need to select the transfer. Let me select this thing, click on next. and here I am going to select my policy. Here we need to give the role name, so I am going to give transfer demo. Now my role is created. Now let me go back to the AWS transfer. Let me refresh this one. Transfer demo is there. I'm going to select that role. The home directory. Here we need to give the S3 bucket name. So my bucket is this. Here we have one option that is restricted. Now if I'm going to select this option, what will happen? In this bucket, one folder is created with this name, demo username, and user will have access only to this demo user folder. Okay, if I'm going to check this one, if I'm not going to check, that means user will have access to this complete bucket. Here we have the option for the SSH public key. So here we need to generate a public key. Now how to generate a public key? We have an option in the AWS where we can go to the EC2 and go to the key pair, and the key pair we can create a key pair. Now let me give a name. Let me give name demo key. I will go with the default option and let me create a key pair. Okay, now this is the private key, but here I need to update the public key. So here we need to enter the public key. So that means we have the private key right now. We need to enter the public key here. So we need to generate the public key. Now how to generate the public key? For that, let me go to the terminal and I'm in my download folder. If I'm going to do ls, here is the file demo key. Now the command is ssh keygen minus y minus f and then the name of the key. Oh, we need to change the permission as well, so let me do that. Chmod 400 and demo. Now let me rerun that command. Now here we have the public key. Let me copy this thing. Now here we need to enter this public key. Add. Okay, I think I have clicked on the user a couple of times, so that is the reason it is giving me that error message. That's okay. If I see, I have the endpoint with me, which I need to connect to this transfer family. I have the user created, and let me also check the state of my server, that is online right now. We need to connect this thing. So we have couple of ways to connect this thing, like we can use FileZilla, we can use WinSCP, we can go with the SFTP command. So that is totally up to you, like which one you want to go with. So for me, I will go with the FileZilla. Okay, now first what I need to do is I need to update my key pair settings. SFTP, let me delete this thing. Let me add a file, that is the demo key. Open. Okay, now in the host we need to enter the endpoint. in the username, whatever the username I have for my user, that is the demo user. I'm not going to give any password because I have already attached the SSH key and the port is 22. Quick connect. Here I connected. So if you see, this is my bucket name, right? Now let me try to upload some file here. Let me drag and drop. Or I can do upload. I can see the file here. Now let me go to the S3 bucket and verify it. So this is my bucket. Let me refresh this thing and I can see the file here. Let me try to upload one more file. Upload. I can see my file here. Now let me refresh this thing. Yes, I can see my file here. I can also connect with the SFTP. Now if I need to do it with the SFTP, what I need to do is I need to go to my terminal. So this is my terminal and the command is going to be SFTP -I, and then we need to give the transfer key or the key name, that is in our case that is the demo key. Then we need to provide the username, that is the demo user @endpoint, whatever the endpoint we have. Yes, I'm sure. So I'm connected here. If I'm going to do pwd, I can see I'm in this bucket, and let me create something mkdir demo user, not demo file. Now let me go to my S3 bucket and verify it. Yes, I'm able to see that. So this is how the transfer family work. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, do subscribe my channel, hit the like button. Thank you for watching.